Welcome to today's workout. I've got Nathan with me here today. Every minute on the minute for 20 minutes. 1 minute will be 12 burpees. 1 minute will be 24 medicine ball push press. The next minute will be 12 medicine ball cleans. And then the last minute will be 36 plank jacks. You can scale those numbers depending on where you are within that minute of completion, if you can complete it, and if not, that's when we scale those numbers back down. But you'll be going for 20 minutes, and we'll have a clock going along with Nathan doing the workout later. First, we gotta get warm. Here we go. Forearm plank. Under as hard as you can. Going back to the forearms. Shoulder blades apart. There you go. Really crunch down as hard as you can. Oh, you're really breathing out hard there, Nathan. On one side, on the hand, please. Hips. All right, final plank. We're gonna go back to a gymnastic style plank that moves into a high-low plank. So gymnastics to forearms to gymnastics to forearms for 20 minutes. And then we'll be done with our warm-up. All right, take a break. Nice job. Whew. Okay, Nathan's gonna jump up onto his feet as I pause my clock here. And we'll go 30 more seconds of just jumping jacks. Go ahead, 3, 2, 1, go. 15 seconds, we're simply gonna rotate, change angle. Hear the rhythm, Nathan's feet and hands all come together on the ins and the outs. Look at that, smooth turning without smacking the wall. That's agility, folks. One of the 10 general physical skills. And relax. All right, let's get some twist and pivot going, just to open up the spine. And then some bootstrappers. Oh wait, sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hitting the bottom of the squat twice. Doing a dynamic hamstring stretch twice. Go ahead and stand up, straddle out, arms out in a T or a Y, and then you're going to reach down. As you reach that other hand up towards the ceiling, try to look up towards that top hand. Just taking your time, alternate between the two. Making sure you're breathing. You're trying to engage the upper back here and get it prepared for all the medicine ball lifting you're going to do. And relax. All right. Nathan's going to hit a plank position facing this way. And we're simply going to practice the bottom only part of the burpee. So he's going to lay down with knees first, hips, his chest is on the ground. From here, he's going to reverse that and kind of warm himself up. His feet are going to jump out to straddle, and then he's going to go back down. Let's try about 5 of those. There's 1, there's 2, kicks back, rolls down, rolls up for 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and stand up all the way, hands on your hips. Let's get 10 alternating reverse lunges. There you go. Solid. Okay, let's I'll have you over on the other side of the seam right there, just so I can get in frame here. Let's talk about the skills for today's workout. Number 1, the plank jack. Nathan's gonna hit a plank. That's why we just did 1,000,000 seconds in the plank position. Notice his shoulders are directly over his wrists. His body is in a straight line from his ear through his shoulder, rib cage, hip, knee, and the ankle. From here, he simply, go ahead and give us 5. Take a break, thank you. So earlier we did some straddle positions where we did like a windmill kind of movement, reaching out. That was also there to kind of open up the groin area to get that straddle position. So Nathan was holding a plank and he jumped his feet from together to apart as wide as he could before he jumped back in. If you notice, give us another 3. I want you to watch the level of his hips. They stay in line with that line I was describing earlier. Can you let your hips like sag and drop and be we don't want that. So make sure that your body stays tight enough, your abs stay tight enough, and the glutes stay tight enough that you can preserve a bridge through the body as your feet move, right? There's another harder version if you want. Nathan's going to hold a plank position. Now, not only will he widen his feet, but he'll also widen his hands every jump. Ah! And then come back in, and then out, and then in, and then out. And it's crazy, and I hope that you don't have some sensitive neighbors below you if you're in a place where you have neighbors. Next up, the med ball clean. Let's watch Nathan. He's got a 20-pound med ball here. You might have something odd or different at home. If you don't have a proper weighted object like a kettlebell or a dumbbell, medicine ball, or a sandbag, you can simply grab a backpack or a bottle of gin, or I don't know, something weird. Don't do this with any small mammals because they don't like it generally. Hopefully it's something inanimate. Med ball clean, looks like this. Cool. So from here, we're going to break it down into a bunch of different parts. Number one, Nathan's orientation with his medicine ball, he's got the laces facing out. All that does is allow us to describe if he's moving around the ball or if he's moving the ball around himself. Let's try two where the ball moves around you and it ends up facing you. Now, obviously, you don't have a coach at home watching and giving you feedback here, but we saw that the laces were facing out, and then he essentially stood up and did a bicep curl before he tried to squat down and stand up with it. What we'd like to see is that the hands and the body move around the ball, maintaining the orientation of laces out the entire time. Let's try one. So the laces stay out the entire time, right? So we're going to build to a position where that is easier to do than the alternative. Number one, Nathan's going to straddle over the ball, and he's just going to do a couple of deadlifts. Give us 3 deadlifts. So he gets set with a flat back and a big chest. His hips bend back, his knees bend forward. And that allows him to touch the ground in between his feet to stand up each and every time. From here, we're going to try to add a little bit of a calf raise and a shrug. So Nathan's going to get to the end of the deadlift, essentially just standing it up. Go ahead. From here, I want him to do a calf raise where his heels lift off of the ground and his shoulders shrug up and behind his ears. And he can hold it. He's in balance. Take a break. At home right now, I want you to try 3 or 4. See if you can maintain that balance without having to step forward or backwards to correct yourself. Depending on the loading of whatever you're using, it might alternate where you shrug your body up. Essentially, if you imagine a string in your spine, it's getting pulled up straight towards the ceiling, and that's where we get that position. All right. We know that position. We're going to kind of jump around the progression here because it's going to lead us eventually into the front squat. But let's cover the front squat first. Nathan's going to pick up his medicine ball, put it somewhere in front of his chest. The laces are still out. The elbows are directly underneath the ball. He's holding the ball with his hands on the side. From here, he's in his squat stance already. He's going to try 3 squats, trying to sit back, driving the knees apart. Notice his feet stay completely flat. He's on the heels, but his toes stay down as well. Awesome. So the idea here for a med ball clean is that he passes through a deadlift, through that finish or extension position in the calf raise with the shrug, and that gets the ball moving up. That puts momentum in the ball to continue going up. Then he's simply going to drop down into a squat to catch it and then stand up with it. So I'm going to test some speed now. Nathan's going to stand up all the way to the end of the deadlift. When I say go, he's essentially going to do a hang squat clean. He's going to shrug and extend and then drop underneath the ball. Ready? Actually, we'll do it this way. Get up on the toes, shrug up. On 3, 2, 1, drop. I want to see if you can beat the ball, race the ball to the bottom position. 3, 2, 1, drop. Stand up. Hopefully you are successful at home doing the same thing. If not, don't worry. We're going to try it a couple more times. Here we go. We'll do 3 more. extend, 3, 2, 1, drop, stand up, reset, relax, extend, 3, 2, 1, drop, stand, reset, extend, one more time, 3, 2, 1, drop. Beat that ball into the bottom position so you can stand it up. And that's what we're going to look for today, right? That's the speed necessary in the second half of the motion. Now, in the med ball clean, you don't want to rush the deadlift. You're actually just deadlifting until you can get past the knees, and then you can be fast. So, putting it all together again, we're going to watch Nathan do 3. You can see that he gets the full extension or stretch position before he goes again. There's no curling of the ball. The med ball clean is our way to practice violent, aggressive hip extension. Can you get your butt back in a power position? Pretend you're holding onto the ball, just like that. Pretend you don't actually have to hold it. So from here, we can see that the hips are back, right? He's going to press the hips forward by extending the body up. And that is what powers that medicine ball to continue going up. We start with the medicine ball, we eventually bring this skill over to the barbell, and you've got good cleans, hopefully. So that's the med ball clean today. Next up, med ball push press. Go ahead and give us 3. Awesome. So the med ball push press is not as difficult as a heavy barbell push press, simply because the barbell push press, we can change loading and that changes the intensity. The difficulty that lies with doing a push press with the medicine ball is more a mobility issue. Your hands are stuck in a fixed width, and you've got to learn how to push the ball back and get your head through before resetting and going again. Let's watch 3 more. Let's do a hard turn towards this ball. Watch the line running through Nathan's body. And freeze. We can see the line in front of his arm. We can see his ear, his armpit, hip, knee, middle of the foot. Break. Awesome. So that's what we're going to look for today with the med ball push press. You're going to do 24 of those hopefully per minute. And then finally, the burpee. We already warmed this up, more or less, and now we're going to complete it all the way. Nathan is going to lay down flat on the ground, and then Nathan has to somehow jump in the air. 2 more, please. All the way down, all the way up. Notice the method in which Nathan is getting there. He can splay his legs back quickly, decelerate his body from smacking the ground. Don't do that, don't land on your face. Gets down on the ground. Hey, look, he's in the bottom of a push-up position. He pushes back up, his hips go up, the feet go forward, and then he essentially does like a jumping good morning. Let's try 1 more. Let's see if you can see those and identify those pieces. And that's what we're looking for. You could take your time, however slow you need to, as long as you lay down on the ground. Can you do the granny version? He's still on the ground. And he still gets upright in the air. That's what matters most, that you get the work done rather than doing it exactly the way that Nathan is doing it today. Anything to add with any of the other exercises today?
Not really. Big thing on those push presses is also really think of engaging the core. It's going to be easy with that tighter grip to almost force that arch through the midline to get it overhead. So think of squeezing your butt, squeezing your core, and that'll help assist with that, keep you stable.
Perfect. On to the workout!
So my goal on this was to go unbroken if possible through all of them, and so make sure that I kind of set into a pace where I could keep that for the entire minute. Shoulders did get spicy, more spicy than I thought they would with both the push presses and the plank jacks, being that support and then going overhead. So totally understand if that needs to be broken up, maybe in half, but going for those larger chunks for sure, if possible there. Keep it up, you guys. Great work. Hope you enjoyed this one.
10 seconds.
That would really be those fucking sure this in a weighted hold.
Halfway there.
Was that one in there?
That's pretty sick.
Nice. Nathan has about
10
12,
seconds.
10 seconds left in between. So that's kind of what we're shooting for today, if possible. On to the med ball push press. There you go. Make sure the abs stay on so that we don't put the stress in the lower back, especially as we get more volume under our belt here. Go. Take the thing off. Put it on a different. There you go.
Halfway there.
It's about 30 seconds in. We're going for 24 reps. If that gets too difficult, you feel free to scale. It's about 40 seconds of work so far when he's fresh. We'll see what happens as we get further into the workout.
First round's always easy.
Yeah,
Easier.
easier. 12 medicine ball cleans. Notice that full extension. You can see his body opens completely on the way up before he even gets under that ball. So open up, drop under. Open up.
Halfway there.
Did you test these numbers before?
Theoretically,
Okay.
without a weight. But going through the movement.
10 seconds.
Next up, we have 36 plank jacks. I was going to say 37 for some reason. I'm looking at it. 36. Here we go. Just the feet, unless you like making things difficult in life, in which case also move your hands. Very nice.
Halfway there.
Woo! Make sure you're breathing during these plank jacks. It's real easy to forget, quote unquote. So your goal is to breathe it out. That completes one round. Back to the 12 burpees for minute number 5. Begin. All right, Nathan's a little old school here, but this is the standard that we set in our gym. Jump up, make sure you clap when you're midair. We don't like those floppy fishy things that some people do.
Halfway there.
Hold yourself to a higher standard, everybody. Unless you're competing, in which case, find the dirtiest rep possible that gets you a point and do that.
Exactly.
10 seconds.
Med ball push press. 24 of these. Dip drive. Make sure that ball goes up and back. Elbows lock out. Abs stay on. Glutes get tight. Every rep. Notice that dip. It's very short and shallow. That's where we want to go. That's all we have to do. Stay rooted in the heels. They might leave the ground during the extension portion, but during the dip phase, they definitely stayed down.
Halfway there.
All right. 12 med ball cleans coming up in the next interval.
Ten seconds.
Here we go. Full extension before you drop under to squat it up. And make sure you get to the full extension position, the end of the front squat, before the ball drops into the next rep.
Halfway there.
Moving on to the plank jacks.
Seconds. Halfway there.
All right. That's round 2.
Seconds.
Round 3 coming up. Back to the 12 burpees, or 40 seconds of burpees. I should say no more than 40 seconds of burpees.
Halfway there.
Don't worry about
I feel good. It's just like, as long as we're not running.
Okay.
10 seconds.
It was gonna be a long one, so I'd rather see.
Back to those push press.
We'll do it on.
What is it? Yeah. How are you free on Wednesday?
Same time. Say you get in here at 5 or 5:30 if you're listening, and then at 6.
Halfway there.
These has 29.
What do you do? Did you do later after you 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's bring my
3. Oh yeah.
10 seconds.
Perfect.
That's fine. Cool. Here we go. 12 med ball cleans. Again, full extension so you can catch the ball to take it through a squat before you stand it up again. It's BOGO fitness. 2 extensions for the price of 1 rep. That benefits us more than it benefits you, but it really benefits you if you think about it. But don't think about it too hard. You gotta count your numbers and stuff. You're about halfway through this minute. All right. Next up, 36 plank jacks.
Seconds.
All right, to the legs. Just so you can let rest.
I figured that instead of telling you
Gotta use collars though, just so it's not.
Halfway there.
Nice work, Nathan. Listen to him breathe, everybody. Hopefully you're playing music though, so it's not just like, we don't want to play music simply because of copyright and YouTube. But
Blast your own tunes and breathe.
10
yes,
seconds.
blast your own tunes. Or listen to the sweet, sweet sounds of your own breathing. 3. All right. There you go.
Halfway there.
12 burpees, 12 burpees. Catch your breath. 12 seconds left.
10 seconds.
Dip, drive, head through, abs on. Keep breathing. There you go. Head goes through the window.
Halfway there.
Nice job. Back feel okay?
Yeah. Shoulders are starting to feel it.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Good though, we're almost there.
Halfway there.
All right. Dig in, everybody. Still got some work to do here. After the med ball cleans comes the plank jacks. And this will be the end of round
10
4.
seconds.
So one more round remains after we finish this station. All right, stay tight. Be disciplined with those hips. Don't let them jump up and down too much, if at all. Stay tight. It's in the abs, it's in the low back. You're pressing that up towards the ceiling as you're squeezing your butt down. Feeling the burn in the sides and the glutes because they're what's working when you try to straddle out and come back in. There you go. Keep the shoulders over the wrists.
Halfway there.
Nice. Shake it out. Good work. We got one more round left. One more minute at each station. 12
10
burpees.
seconds.
12 burpees coming up. Here we go. Nice. If you can, don't let up on your form. Whatever version you were doing in the beginning is the version you should be trying to stick with right now. If you can avoid scaling, please do so. If you can avoid modifying, please do so.
Halfway there.
12 burpees. All right, next up, back to the med ball push press. You're doing 24 reps.
10 seconds.
Think of the push press as a crunch.
Halfway there.
There you go. Nice work. All right, 2 more movements, 2 more stations. We got the 12 med ball cleans coming up.
10 seconds.
Here we go. Let's bring it home. Last 2.
2 movements, not reps.
Correct.
Lot more reps. 12 med ball cleans to be exact. There you go. Still getting that extension of the hips before you catch or receive the ball and then take it through the squat. Good. High hip, low hip. High hip, low hip.
Halfway there.
All right. Finally, last station coming up. 36 more plank jacks, and then we're done.
10 seconds.
Here we go. Make these your best ones yet. Keep the line through your posture as tight as possible.
Last rep.
There you go. Get wide, get close. You should feel those heels tap. Good job, Nathan. All the way, all the way. Almost there. Woo! Golf clap. All right. No more 10 seconds. We're done. Cool.